Good morning, it is Friday morning and welcome to another week of guff on two wheels. Today, Friday morning, bike date with Mrs Blob on a bike, Howden Forest. Today we're doing the longer blue trail. It's quite a lot longer than the other one, so yeah, should be good today. And a little bit more interesting terrain. And hopefully a decent GoPro angle. Right, let's go and find this other blue. Okay, so we're doing the Kiddens Trail today. It's a bit more spicy than the Spicers Trail. Don't know why they've named it that way. So let's go and have a look, see what's what. I've taken the wrong way, I think. Yeah, I have. So going back on track. Yeah, taking the wrong turn in. What a wally. It's all right, I'm not going past, I've got to wait for my wife now. Big legs. Sweet. Right, let's get catch up. Right, I've been messing about with my GoPro, so the wife has got a nice little lead now. So let's go and catch up, shall we? Yoo. Sorry? It's that way.
Oh, right.
Oh, this is good fun, a little trail, this one. If I get down the bottom quickly and get some nice footage of Mrs Blob on the bike. Nasty. Right, better wait for Mrs Blob on the bike. Clipped your pedal then. These are the bits that Mrs Blob on a bike is not so keen on. The bits where they falls down the side. Couldn't ask for a nicer day for it. It's a bit chilly, but apart from that. Right, I'm taking the lead on this one. Mrs Blob on the bike keeps going the wrong way, so I'm taking charge and charging on a bit. Ooh. And I'll wait down the bottom a bit. I've got a wet foot now. I'll wait just here, I think. Oh, it's fun. Right. It's a much quicker pace without sand, but I can't really handle it if I'm being honest with you. The machine just keeps on going. Beast mode. So on this blue trail at Haldon, the Kiddens Trail, most of it's downhill at the start, a bit flat, a little bit of uphill, and then you sort of reach this stage and then most of it's uphill back to the starting point. But got to earn those downhills, but this is not easy slogging up here, but I'm gonna do it. You don't need to hear me puffing and panting. Mrs Blob on the bike is waiting patiently for me at the top. It's very nice of her. Won't be long. When I get to the top here, there's another uphill bit as well, straight off it. Nearly at the top of this climb. It is killer. Plus I've got a hoodie on. I always don't like wearing a jumper or anything when I'm riding because they're not getting too hot. But it was absolutely freezing this morning. Now I'm overheating. Go on, that's it. Good work. Now I've got to catch up again. Well, Mrs Blob on the bike is nowhere to be seen, so I hope she's gone the right way. She's got much better legs than I have for this. Nice trail this though, even if it is uphill. Ah, there she is, excellent. Sometimes it's nice just to roll down the trails, apart from when you've got to pedal a bit. Lovely trails. Oh, we're nearly back at the top now for the start, or finish should I say, and I think we'll both be glad to get these hills out of the way, but it's all part of it, and it definitely burn a few calories. Good fun. Very rocky that trail, lots of flints. It's quite funny when we come on our little date bike rides, because I like to go faster on the downhill bits, so I tend to zoom off on those bits and wait for my wife at the bottom. And on the uphill bits I can't keep up with my wife, so she tends to head to the top and then I catch up with her, as is the case now. My wife doesn't reckon she can ride up onto this wooden platform, but I reckon she can. She's done that one obviously, but she says she can't do it. Keep going, keep going. Sweet. And you nearly came to a stop on there and still managed it. That was good. So we'll go on the whoopsies. Excellent. Yeah, skills coming on. Okay, messing about on the skills area is now complete. We are going to go and do the green trail just to make up a few more miles. A bit more shredding. Walkers on this one. What a lovely place to come for a bike ride. Right, might get a bit of off-piste here. Depends how many walkers there are. Send it! Yeah. Right, that is the green done, and it's nice to get a nice little easy loop. My wife has actually got a medical condition she's just been diagnosed with actually, which means she doesn't find the bumps particularly comfy, but I'll tell you about that a bit later. So I've just got word from the boss. What she's actually been diagnosed with is called Chiari malfunction. So basically what it means is your brain is too big for your skull, or the other way around, your skull is too small for your brain, which means your brain starts pushing onto the top of your spinal column, which causes you a lot of discomfort. So that's why she's been having like the back and shoulder pains. So she's had to knock horse riding on the head, and this is seen to be the lesser of two evils, but she just doesn't like the bumps. So I reckon if we're going to have to get her a full suspension at some stage. She's giving it a go. Yeah, that front wheel definitely came off then. Huh? Nice one. Bit of air. Right, that's enough of that. We are heading back to the car. That is Howden Forest down. I'll be back to let you know how far we've been in just a moment. Oh, I'm tired now. Whew. Well, I thought my tyre was a bit flat. I've got lots of tyre sealant around the outside, and if you look at that, that is a spoke that is now no longer connected to my rim. So probably just take that spoke off. Right, that is today's ride done and dusted. I've got another cool haircut. 7.24 miles. It always feels more than that here because it's quite hilly, which is what makes it a trail centre, I guess. Anyway, that is it for today. Great start to the week. Better go and do some work. See you later. Good afternoon, bicycling fans. It is, what day is it? It is Monday today, and yeah, if I'm being totally honest, I don't really want to be doing this bicycle ride. A couple of reasons why. One, I've got a banging headache which I can't get rid of today, and secondly, well, I haven't really got time either, if I'm being totally honest with you, but we are in for a week of crappy weather here in the southwest of England, and looking at the forecast, today is the best of it. It's actually looks on the surface not a bad day today, and actually the sun is quite warm when it hits you, but wind, it is windy, it is absolutely freezing, and I think we're going to get quite a lot of rain this week. It's a bit grey over there. Poxy GoPro 10. Anyway, so the bad weather is coming from that direction. It's not raining yet, it's not really meant to today, but I reckon it's coming, so I'm keen to get down this post office quickly so I can get back and do some printing that doesn't need to go to the post office today. Let's get on with it. Check this out. Don't see that every day. Another reason why I wanted to get this bike ride out of the way and under my belt today is because last week when I was opening up the kitchen cupboard, the biscuit barrel fell out of the cupboard and the lid came off, and a few of the rich tea biscuits accidentally landed in my mouth, and we don't waste food in our house, so I had to eat them. So I did put on a little bit of weight last week actually, and I don't want it to happen again this week, and if it does, I don't want it to be because I didn't put effort in on my bike when I could. I am actually feeling some rain coming down now, which I do not want. My trousers actually are still a bit wet from yesterday's walk on Dartmoor. Got soaked and freezing cold on that one, but the idea of this was to dry my trousers out a bit as well, but hopefully they don't end up getting wetter. Anyway, the tailwind leg of my trip back to my unit is nearly finished, and I got a nice slug up the A39 hill with a headwind. Great. That is today's bicycle ride to the post office done and dusted, and I did manage 6.34 miles, which is pretty standard for that bicycle ride. So yeah, pleased I did that today. I wanted to get out of the way because the weather's meant to be absolutely terrible this week, and I didn't want to miss any opportunity to get down there. It was just horrible today rather than really nasty. So that is it for today. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Hello guys, it is Wednesday today, and we are experiencing some proper horrible weather here in the UK at the moment, particularly on the west coast here down in Cornwall. Today, weather-wise, we can expect 45 to 50 mile an hour winds. So the prospect of going out for a bike ride down the post office is not looking good, but I am considering it. I'm weighing up my options. It is not raining, so it is just really windy, so it's not that bad, even though I hate riding in the wind. Anyway, so I'll have to wait and see, but I have got some work I need to be doing beforehand. So today I'm printing some stickers for DM MTB. So I'll put a little link up in the description. He's got a great YouTube channel as a mountain biker, so I'll put a little link up there. So thank you very much, David, and cheers to Uphill Phil as well for passing my details on. Legend. Right, I better go and start checking out these weather charts and seeing if it's likely that I'll get blown off my bicycle. Well, I am doing it. We shall soon find out how much of a stupid idea this was. Last time I came out when it was this windy, it was horrendous, but that was on the coastal road, so a lot more exposed. I'm just hoping I can get where I need to be without getting blown too far into the road. Right, let's wait for this gap in the traffic, then go down there. So that first little stint on the road actually wasn't that bad. However, there was a really strong headwind. Well, it's like a cross headwind, I suppose, which made it hard going. But even just riding down there was hard work. But it's quite sheltered here actually on this canal and cycle path, so this bit won't be so bad. I'll have a bit of a tailwind, I think, but coming back will be a different matter. Might even go and show you the seaside today. I'm going to put it out there, I don't think I'm going to see any other cyclists today, but if I do, I shall let you know. So far so good. I anticipate when I reach the car park at the end of this, that's when I'm going to get the full force of the wind, and particularly when I'm riding up the hill to the post office, I'll probably have a direct headwind, which is not that fun going up a hill when it's 50-mile-an-hour winds, 45 to 50, but I don't really, well, as you well know if you've been watching this channel, I hate riding in the wind, but I do actually quite enjoy a bit of bad weather. The worse it is, the better I enjoy it, I think. So whilst I don't enjoy cycling in it, I do like getting out in it. Well, it is really not as wild as I anticipated, and I can't see this being 45-mile-an-hour winds either, but every now and then there is a strong gust, and I guess that's what they're chatting about. But not as scary as I thought. I've still got to get back on the A39, of course, and the wind will be trying to blow me towards the centre of the road rather than the edge of it on the way back, but just have to do it, won't I? Tide is out, can't see anyone surfing. Don't think anyone's that silly. Right, better get back before I start getting soaked. I reckon I'll have a little bit of spare time this afternoon, so I can check out what's actually going on with my wheel on my Bronson, because I broke it the other day and there was a crack around one of the spoke nipples. And the other day I did a bit of a funny sideways landing and well, you probably saw it on the video, maybe it might even be in this one, I don't know. Howden on Friday, and when I landed it made a big popping noise. I thought my tyre had just burped, but it turned out the whole spoke and nipple had been ripped out of the rim, so it's got a nice little buckle going on at the moment, but I reckon I can salvage it. And if anyone's seen that video of Sam Pilgrim where they do challenges taking out spokes in the wheel, I'm pretty sure it'll be alright if it's just missing one spoke. But on the other hand, I might be finding out I need to buy a brand new wheel, so we'll soon find out, hopefully. Oh, that is a fetching look, that is. Right, today's ride, 7.08 miles. And whilst it was nasty outside and very windy, it wasn't actually as bad as I anticipated. Looking at the weather thing on my phone and stuff, it looked like it was going to be diabolical, but it was just horrible. Anyway, do not be fooled. We've got a nice sunny day tomorrow, but still windy. And then on Friday, we have got winds reported up to 105 miles an hour predicted for North Cornwall, and guess where I am. So that should be quite fun. If I get to ride down the post office, then that might be a bit much, but we'll see. Anyway, now I've got to go and suss out what's going on with this bad boy, see if I can fix it. Right, now my bicycle ride is all done and dusted, I just need to have a look and see what's going on here. You can see there's something catastrophic. I wonder whether the spoke has poked through the rim tape, which is allowing the sealant to come out, but you can see the whole spoke and the spoke nipple has just come fresh out of the where is it? Here it is. Yeah, fresh out of the rim there, so it's just torn straight out. It was cracked, so it was always going to happen, but yeah, just didn't know when. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take all the back wheel off and get the tyre off, get it all cleaned up, and I probably will take the same opportunity to give this a bit of a clean as well, because it's a bit embarrassing, it's a bit of a state. So probably do that whilst I've got it all apart, and assess the damage and see just how buckled it is, see if I can fix it. Anyone for a buckled wheel? Okay, so it's not actually going to plan. I have taken now I've got a cassette tool for taking the cassette off, and when I've undone it and tried to take it off of my hub and the cassette body, it's literally pulled the cassette body out of the hub. So it's obviously welded onto there. Look at the state of it. It does need a good old clean, so I'm going to figure out a way to get this apart, and I hope I haven't broken it, because then I definitely will need a new wheel. I have just wasted an hour trying to get the cassette body off of the cassette, or the other way around. Cassette off it was just welded on there. I would have greased it when I put it on there, but for some reason it wasn't coming off, and in doing so I dislodged a few things inside the hub, and this, that and the other. Nearly lost some of the pawls, whatever they are, the things that engage on the free hub body, I suppose it is. Anyway, long story short, if you've got enough of the wrong tools, you can fix most things, and that's basically what's gone on here. I have fixed it. It's no guarantee I can still use my wheel, but now at least I know exactly how a hope hub works. Well, I better clean the blooming thing. Okay, these came in very handy today, my muck off cleaning scrubber gloves. The tyre has never been that clean since the day it was new, and the wheel, whilst there's clearly some, like, what you call the sealant is underneath the rim tape, so I need new rim tape at the very least, but I don't see anything untoward that would mean I can't use it again, so that's what I'm going to try and do for a little bit, see how that goes. Anyway, I've run out of time today, which is often the case when I'm trying to do something here, but I have got parental responsibility, so I'm going home. Tomorrow perhaps I'll get a chance to crack on with that and whip that tape off and see what's going on underneath, but today I'm going to order some new tape. It is now Thursday, and unfortunately I have not been able to get out my bicycle today because I'm waiting on bike parts. So I had to drive down the post office. I couldn't miss those because I can't do anything with my bike until they arrive, and they are due in about half an hour. So I'm really going to take this opportunity to clean up my tyre and my rim and see if I can straighten my rim a little bit. So my tyre was all gunked up on the side where the sealant had been leaking out after I obviously buckled my wheel. There's still a little bit left there, so I need to get rid of that with my screwdriver, but I want it to be a nice seal when it's ready to go back onto the wheel, so that's why I'm getting rid of it now. Okay, so this is my wheel. It's a bit buckled. I've cleaned it up as best I can. I've still got a bit more cleaning to do, but I need to get this old there's my dodgy old spoke there flapping around, so I'm going to lose that. That'll be going in a minute. But first of all, I need to get rid of the old tape because I've got some new tape coming, which should be here shortly. So let's get rid of this and hope I don't get covered in sealant, because there is some stuck underneath it. Oh, that's grim. Oh, need to take my valve out before I go any further with that. So I've got rid of the valve core now, and a load of sealant went all over me. But that is now done and dusted. I'm going to reuse the same one. My new kit that I've got coming has got some new tubeless valves in, but previously I tried some PT's valve cores, and whilst they were fantastically made, they just didn't really work with my rims for some reason, and I couldn't get a good air seal. So I went back to my old ones, my old Bling E13 or something they are, which I got when I bought the bike, and that's going back on because they still work. But I just got to finish getting the rest of this tape off, then give this rim a good old clean up, and then have a look at straightening it. So I've cleaned up all of the rim tape off of there, and I've done my best to clean up the rim so that I can prepare it for the new rim tape. However, as I'm turning the wheel, there's literally sealant flowing from inside the cavity of the rim where the spoke got pulled through. So every time I turn the wheel round, a new bit drips out and re-wets the bit I've just cleaned. So luckily in this line of business I'm in, I'm able to run off some little circles of vinyl, which I'm going to place over each of the spoke holes, so then none of the sealant from the old lot of sealant can get back in and contaminate it. So I'm going to bung those on now, and it'll look nice and pretty. I reckon I'm going with these pink ones, they're a bit bigger. Okay, don't know if you can see that, but I finished patching up my spoke holes there, and I was just halfway through taking the old spoke out, the broken one, and my parcel was turned up with my sealant and stuff like that. So I'm going to crack on and hopefully get this finished. But actually, before I do any sealant stuff, I'm going to get the wheel in my bike frame, and I can show you how buckled it is without the tyre on it, and then try and straighten it up a bit. Okay, so you can see I've now got the wheel back in my bicycle frame, minus one of the spokes missing from here. So let's check out and see just how wonky this thing is. Yep, that's got a bit of a buckle to it, but nothing I don't think I can fix. Now, I did used to be a cycle mechanic in a bike shop in the 90s, but I was never trained to sort of straighten wheels or anything like that, but I have done it in the past. I'm not an expert, I get the general principle, so that's what I'm going to apply today. And I'm working on the basis that if I wasn't doing this, then I'd just get a new wheel anyway. So if it doesn't work out, I'll just have to get a new wheel, wouldn't I? So I'm going to put a little marker on there, a little zip tie around my frame, so I've got something to go on for a straight part, so I know where I need to pull the rim back into. Does that make sense? And see if I can't make it a bit better. Okay, so I've set up this little zip tie just to give you an idea of how bad it is. Now, over the years, I have accumulated probably half a dozen, what do you call them, spoke keys. But can I find one of them? Well, yes, actually, I managed to find one in my Camelback. It is from World War II or something like that. So I'm going to give this a go and see how it goes. Hopefully, I can make it better than it is now. Okay, so whilst not perfect, I'm going to put it out there and say that that is better than what it was. But I have got a bit of a high spot on my wheel. I don't know if you can just see that there. But that's not too good. But however, like I said, I'm not a wheel builder, so I don't really know what I'm doing. That is good enough for me, I reckon. I don't know how long it will hold out, because probably some of the spokes have got a bit too much tension and some of them haven't got enough. I have sort of resigned myself to the fact I will need to get a new wheel, which, you know, would be the safest option anyway. But if I can get a couple more weeks out of this one, I can do some research and make sure I get the right one. So let's get back on with it and try and get this sealant back in, get the tyre back on. Only joking. I thought I'd pick up a muck off face mask, because I needed a new one anyway. So I have gone with the muck off tubeless kit. I've used some of this stuff before. The old rim tape I took off today was also the muck off stuff, and I noticed that went on nice. I have used the sealant before and it didn't go too well, but that was when I was using the PT's valve, and I just couldn't get it to seal. So I sacked that off and used my 6-year-old Stan's fluid, which worked a treat, but that was after I put my old valves back in. So I'm going to try it with the valves that I know work and see how we get on today. Just in case you're wondering how much of this muck off fluid you should put in, this is actually 140 millilitres. Chuck the old blooming thing in it. I ain't no weight weenie. So I've put the sealant in the wheel, the whole pouch, and also I've now connected up my air shot to my valve. Now, if you don't know what an air shot is, it is a marvel of cycle mechanicery. It is an compressed air canister basically, and I flick a switch and it boosts a bunch of pressure into my tyre, whacking it all the way into its bead, nice and pumped up. So I'm just going to open this valve. You'll hear a few popping sounds and all that kind of stuff. So I hope it works. And if you're wondering how much pressure is in the airshot canister, it's 160 psi. And why is that? Because I googled it and that's the maximum you can put in there. Okay, my battery is close to dying on the GoPro. I have got a spare in case I need it, but I'm just going to flick this switch and magic should happen. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, magic is happening. It's pumping my tyre up. Right, when shall I stop? I can feel air coming out through the bead here, but we can sort that out by swishing it around. That's why I've taken the bike wheel out of the frame, because I can't swish it around whilst it's in the frame. So I'm going to get rid of this and quickly do the valve up so no air escape. Okay, tyre is on and pumped up. I'm going to see how long it holds. But this thing, the air shot, is excellent. Do check out my video where I tested it against the Ghetto homemade air shot. I put the video link just up here. That's a good watch. So yeah, basically what I'm going to do is put my cassette back on, grease it a little bit, so hopefully it doesn't get welded on like it was when I came to it yesterday or the day before, whenever it was, and hopefully get my bicycle back together. My bicycle is back together, so that is a good day for me. I didn't really want to wait until after the weekend. There's no point me really doing it on a time-wise basis, because tomorrow we've got 105-mile-an-hour winds here in Bude, peak gust. But it's not going to be a very nice day, and there is every chance I won't actually be able to get to work tomorrow. Even when there's weak winds, loads of trees come down near where I am. So if I make it into work tomorrow, it will be a good thing. But if not, I won't be riding anyway. It's due to be naff all weekend, the weather, so I'm not even going to bother taking my bicycle home. I have pumped the tyre up to 60 psi in the hope that it will help seal it properly, but I don't really know what I'm talking about. But all looking good so far, and it's not too much of a wobble. The tyre still clears the frame right there, so job's a good one. Weigh day tomorrow. I must try and remember to take my scales home, because I may well be doing it from home tomorrow. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching this guff. See ya. Hello guys, it is Friday. What's going on there? Friday morning, and unfortunately I am not at work today. There is a red weather warning in place, a danger to life, so I'm not driving into Bude this morning. And also, I don't know if you can see, but our fence is going doolally, so I've got to sort of stay here and sort that out if that goes flying somewhere. Anyway, so that is it. Unfortunately, haven't cycled as far as I would like to this week. It's just been terrible weather, and you know, obviously I've been without my mountain bike as well, which is now luckily fixed. I think it'd be interesting when I get back into my unit to see whether the tyre's holding air, but if not, I'll just put a bit more sealant or whatever in and it'll sort itself out. But yeah, the weather's just been rubbish this week. I wanted yesterday to get down the post office, but I had to wait in for some, I think it was the tyre sealant or something like that, so that never happened. So it's been a bit of a rubbish week. And also, since I'm at home, I haven't got my scale, so there will not be a weigh-in this week, which is probably just as well, because there was Valentine's Day, cheesecake and some biscuits and things like that. So yeah, on to next week. So next week I have got my mountain bike back, so well, like I say, hopefully. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to get out and get a few miles in. The weather is due to remain absolutely appalling, but once this storm Eunice, or whatever it's called, is done run, then we can get back out onto the bicycle and get that fence replaced. Anyway, but yeah, that's it for this week. Thank you very much for sticking by. Please leave a comment below, let me know how you've got on. Give us a like and a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. It's just down here somewhere, I think, so please press that button, and I will see you next week for more guff.
Light it up and we smoke. Keep me high.